Hello, good day to you traders. You're welcome to today's live stream. How has been the week? Hope it's been profitable. If you can hear me, please drop a comment. If you can hear me loud and clear and you can see my screen, drop a comment. How has been your week? I hope it's been profitable. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome to today's live stream. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Let's quickly look at the technicals before NFP. NFP will be released in 8 minutes from now. Okay, so let's quickly look at the technicals before NFP. So let's start by looking at DXY. Good afternoon, Mr. Joseph. If you can hear me, comment. Also confirm you can see my screen. So I want us to look at DXY, dollar before NFP. What's your take on NFP, Mr. Ludu? Nice seeing you. Nice seeing you. It's been a while. What's your take on DXY? Have you analyzed DXY today? What's your take on DXY? What's your bias on DXY? NFP will be released a few minutes from now. So as you can see, the dollar is still very bullish. Dollar is still very bullish. Let's start with the weekly time frame. Okay, dollar is still bullish since the market opened this week. The dollar has been bullish, and I think the dollar is still bullish. Dollar is likely going for the liquidity residing at this previous high. That's my take on the dollar. Now, before this high, I think a fair value gap was created at this point. Let's see the daily. There's a fair value gap after the formation of this shooting star candle. We had a fair value gap here. Price came, filled that fair value gap, and I think it created a fair value gap on the lower time frame. Let's confirm that. Let's confirm that. Let me go back to the weekly. Okay, what date is this? 25th May, 19th of May. Okay, let me go back to daily. 19th of May. Okay. Here is the vertical line I applied now. 19th of May. Okay, I think it's around this area. 19th of, this is 29th. 19th May. So I think we had a fair value gap here around this area. We had a fair value gap here. Let's go down to, I thought I applied a vertical line. Why is it not displaying on the daily time frame? I need this to display. I need this to display on the daily. Why is it not displaying? Let me go down to 4 hour. I don't know why it's not displaying, but I'm sure there's a fair value gap around this area. Let's see. Let's see. 19th May. Okay, so you can see what we had here. You can see we had this fair value gap here. We had this fair value gap here. So there's a high probability the markets would fill this fair value gap. Let's see. Yeah, we also had this fair value gap here. As markets fill that gap, let's confirm. Let's see. We had this fair value gap here. So there's a high probability price might pull back to fill that fair value gap. Let's see if price has filled. Okay, you can see. So there's a high probability price will fill these fair value gaps. There's a high probability that price will fill this fair value gap before going bearish. So the dollar is still very bullish at the moment. It's still very bullish at the moment. So that's what I see playing out on. Fill these fair value gaps and clear the liquidity residing at this previous high. Liquidity reside at this previous high. And let's see if there's a fair value gap at this area. Let's confirm something. Let's see if there's a fair value gap above this high that you might also want to fill. Let's just confirm that. Let's see. Let's go down to daily. That's 14th of May. Okay, so you can see this fair value gap here. Okay, this one got filled. Am I correct? Fair value gap. This is the high of the week. So we had this fair value gap here, okay, which got filled at this point. So they want to sweep that liquidity or fill this fair value gap. So this is where you should be considering selling, please. Okay, that's what I would advise. If you want to sell dollar today, if you want to sell dollar today, wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form after this zone or this fair value gap gets filled. If price breaks out from this fair value gap, look for a sell opportunity on after price fills this fair value gap. But right now, it is still bullish. And if the news comes out positive for dollar, we should expect more buys. If the news comes out positive for the dollar, we should expect more buys. Okay, more buys. Okay. Now you can see a fair value gap has been created here on 4-hour time frame. You can see. So if the news comes out positive for the dollar, they might just want to push price to fill this fair value gap on 4-hour. I would not advise that you buy the current market price. You should see a retracement. If the news comes out positive for the dollar, see a retracement. There should be a retracement before you buy. So we have this fair value gap here, and I believe if you go down to 1 hour also, let's work with 1 hour fair value gap. Okay, so I would advise you wait for. So we have this 1 hour fair value gap. This would be a good area. If the news comes out positive for the dollar, patiently wait for price to pull back to this fair value gap. Now, a lot of retail traders would have executed buy after the formation of this hammer candle. A lot of retail traders would have executed buy after the formation of this hammer candle because they will see this as a break and retest. You can see we had a resistance here. Price broke out from that resistance. So most retail traders will see this as a break and retest. And after the retest, you have an hammer candle. Most retail traders have executed buy, and their stop losses will be residing at this previous low. So there's a high probability they want to come and sweep the liquidity residing at this previous low before buying. So if the news comes out positive for US dollar, I would love to see price pull back to this area, sweep the liquidity residing at this low, then wait for a bullish reversal pattern to form before going bullish. That's what I'm looking out for on dollar. Dollar is still bullish, but I'd love to see a retracement to this fair value gap before going bullish if the news comes out positive for the dollar. I hope that is clear. Okay, NFP will be released in few minutes. Should expect high volatility. Okay, I'm interested in the major news. Here's the filter icon. Here's the filter. Here's the filter icon. Where is it? Let me refresh the page. What page do you want me to analyze? Drop it in the comment section. What page do you want me to analyze? Okay. So I'm only interested in the major news. What page do you want me to analyze? What page are you looking at? Let me know in the comment section. Whoa. Expect volatility in the markets. The news has dropped. Let's see. Pending. Dropping in few seconds. Dropping in few seconds. Wow. Wow. Non-farm is negative. Negative for dollar. Negative for dollar. Average hourly earnings is neutral. Same actually is the same as the forecast. Then unemployment rate is the same as what was it called? Is the same as forecast. The actual is also the same. Only non-farm employment change, non-farm payroll is negative, and I think that would have that should be negative for the dollar. You can see the difference from 106k. The forecast was 106k, then 73k. The difference is much. So this dollar should weaken. Dollar should weaken. Okay, dollar should be weak. So we should look for sales on the dollar. Let's see what's happening on dollar. You can see. Can you see that? Can you see what's happening on the dollar? Can you see? That news didn't favor dollar. You can see what's happening on dollar now. You can see dollar is losing value. You can see dollar is crashing at the moment. Dollar is crashing at the moment. Right now, GBP USD would be bullish. GBP USD will be bullish. GBP USD will be bullish. Australian dollar USD will be bullish. Let's just see. Let's see what's happening on the chart. So let's say GBP bullish. GBP is bullish right now because the news is negative for the dollar. Okay, news is negative for the dollar. But still, okay, so it's bullish at the moment. Patience, don't rush in. Let's see 1 hour. What's happening on 1 hour? So nice one. This is an impulse move. This is an impulse move. I would love to see. Trade has created a fair value gap on lower time frame. You can see in less than 5 minutes, it has done how many pips? Let's see. Over 84 pips. 84 pips in less than 5 minutes. Okay, so you can see shift in market structure has occurred here. You can see the shift in market structure has occurred here. So we should wait for a retracement. Wait for a retracement before you buy. You can see negative news for the dollar. Negative news for the dollar. So negative news for the dollar. I think instead of trading the dollar, I would be trading GBP JPY. I would trade GBP JPY. Dollar is weak. Let's see USD JPY. USD JPY is bearish. 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 116 pips in less than 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes. You can see in less than 5 minutes, UJ has done 116 pips in less than 5 minutes. Which pair are you trading? Which pair are you trading? Which pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Which pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Dollar is weak now. Dollar is weak now. Let's see what's happening on gold. Gold is bearish. Okay, yeah, gold should be bullish since dollar is weak. Gold is bullish. Since the dollar is weak, gold is bullish. Gold is bullish. So I think the trend has changed on DXY. The trend has changed from bullish to bearish. The trend has changed from bullish to bearish. I was expecting price to pull back, fill this favor look, then look for buy if the news favored or dollar, but it is bearish. So I would wait for price to pull back, right? So it has broken a support level. Let me go to 4 hour. It has broken a support level. You can see the support level. It has broken the support level on 4 hour time frame. Okay, it has broken the support level on 4 hour time frame. Then we should wait for a retest. I believe price will come retest for buy. I would like to take a risk on gold. Sorry, dollar. I would like to see buy dollar from this. Okay, this pullback, they might just want to use this to come and fill this fair value gap here. So if you want to buy dollar after this spike, if you want to buy dollar, wait for a bullish reversal pattern to form inside out. Then if you are buying, buy to this zone. Buy to this zone. That's what I am looking out for on DXY. Okay, if a bullish reversal pattern forms after price fills this zone, I would buy the dollar. So I'm looking for sells on GBP USD, sells on Euro USD. Okay, sells on GBP USD and sells on Euro USD. That's what I would be looking out for. Okay. Okay, so let's see GBP USD. My plan on GBP USD after this news. My plan for GBP USD, like I said, I want to look for sell. I'm going to sell it. So we have, let me start with the daily time frame. Okay, so on the daily time frame, let's see. Okay, so you can see it is still respecting the high of yesterday. Okay, it is still respecting the high of yesterday. And we had a fair value gap here, you can see. So I would love to see price pull back to test that zone. You can see I would love to see price pull back to test this zone for me to sell. And also we still have a fair value gap above that zone, which is this. Okay, so these are the two areas I will be considering taking a sell on GBP USD. Okay, these are the areas I'll be considering taking a sell. I'm sure they're going to sweep the liquidity residing at this previous high. Okay, they're going to sweep that liquidity. We had this fair value gap here on 4 hour. That fair value gap got filled at this point. Okay, it got filled, price dropped from that and created a high. It created a high, and I believe they want to sweep that liquidity residing at this high. So I will be looking for sales after the liquidity residing at this previous high has been swept. Okay, that is where I'll be looking for sell. So I'm going to sell it and aim for the fair value gap. Okay, that it has created on a lower time frame. After this impulse, there will definitely be a retracement. There will definitely be a retracement to this area. Okay, there will definitely be a retracement to this area. So this is where, so all I need to wait for is a bearish reversal pattern to form. That is what I'm looking out for. A bearish reversal pattern to form on. So that's my take on GBP USD. Let's see Euro USD. Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. Give the video a thumbs up, and if it's your first time joining the live stream, please subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Okay, so that's my take on GBP USD, Euro USD. Let's start with the daily time frame. Daily, okay, it's been bullish. Okay, but it's still respecting the previous high. Okay, still respecting the previous high. Okay, let's see, go to 4 hour. I think, okay, so I think we have this fair value gap on 4 hour. Let's see. Okay, we have this fair value gap. Let's see if one can see, if one can sell. Let's see, after this fair value gap gets filled, let's see the pattern that forms. Let's see the pattern that forms. Okay, let's see. We have this fair value gap. Let's see what pattern it will give us. Okay, after this fair value gap is formed. Okay, so if you also apply your Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, we want to see price pull back to this premium area. Okay, price should pull back to a premium area. Price is currently at a premium area. So all I need to wait for is a bearish reversal pattern to form for me to take a sell. Okay, I need to wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form for me to take a sell, and that will be by 3 or 4 p.m. 3 or 4 p.m. There will definitely be a retracement. There would be a retracement. That difference is much. That's the reason for the spike. The difference is much. The difference is much. From forecast 73K, and you can see the previous value 147, the previous value down to 73K. The difference is much, too much. And by 3 p.m., ISM manufacturing PMI will be released by 3 p.m. So if this one comes out positive, then you can look for opportunity to sell GBP USD. Okay, if the data for ISM manufacturing PMI comes out positive for the dollar, then we will look for sales on DXY. Okay, so that's my take on Euro USD and GBP USD. And for gold, I think I've shared my take on gold. Okay, so gold just hit a premium area now. Let's go to 4 hour. 4 hour, okay. So you can see we have this fair value gap here. Let me start with the daily time frame. On daily time frame, okay, gold bullish at the moment. You can see how yesterday candle closed. You can see why gold has been bullish. You can see why gold has been bullish. Yesterday candle closed as an inverted hammer. It closed as an inverted hammer, so the trend for today should be bullish because yesterday closed. It closed as an inverted hammer, created a support. So today you should expect gold to buy. Okay, and now the news that was released now favored, now weakened dollar. Okay, so the fundamental and the technicals are now in alignment. They are in agreement. So that's why you can see the massive buy on gold at the moment. Now after the close of yesterday candle inverted hammer. Let's see what we had on 4 hour. It should be a bullish reversal pattern also on 4 hour. This is a bullish reversal pattern on 4 hour. Those of you that trade my strategy, you can see that the market closed above the high of this 4 hour. You also go to 1 hour time frame. You would also see that the market closed above the high. You can see that on 1 hour. For those of you trade my strategy, you know the set of the things I look at for. So you traded above it, and what happened? Price pulled back to fill a fair value gap that it created. You can see it's pulled back to fill the fair value gap it created. Can you see that? That was what played out yesterday. Can you see that? So this morning, price had to pull back. Can you see? To fill the fair value gap, and it's a buy. You can see that. For those of you trade my strategy, you know what I look out for. Okay, after the close of the daily candle, I define my trend after the close of the daily candle. Go down to 4 hour, go down to 1 hour, identify my entry levels, wait for price to pull back to those levels, then execute buy. Okay, so it's been bullish technically. Yesterday we confirmed it's bullish, and today the major news also was negative for the dollar. That's why it's buying at the moment. But I still believe it's still going to retrace. I believe it's going to retrace. So don't jump in and start buying. Don't jump in and start buying. It's going to retrace. So if you have not taken a buy from this point, you shouldn't buy from the current market price. Don't buy. If you have not bought from this point, this area, this would have been the best entry. If you had missed this first entry, you had the second opportunity to buy from this area. If you missed it, don't enter the trade now unless you want to blow your account. I don't care if it's going to do 1,000 pips from the current market price. Entering at the current market price is at a very high risk. Okay, you don't want to take such risk. If you want to buy, wait for price to retrace before you buy. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on gold. That's my take on gold. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Let me know. Is there any other pair? Let me see what's happening on UJ. UJ should be bearish, strongly bearish. Strongly bearish. Okay, UJ strongly bearish. Let me see. After the close of yesterday, let's see what we had on 4 hour. So we had a bearish reversal pattern on 4 hour, which is what's it called? A spinning top. And after the formation of the spinning top, the high of yesterday became an area of liquidity. Most retail traders would have executed sell after the formation of this spinning top. And where would they have their stop loss? The stop loss will be residing at this previous high. So the first thing they did, I think, this is the second candle for the day. Second candle for the day. So the first thing they did today was to sweep the liquidity residing at that previous high, yesterday high. And after the sweep the liquidity, what pattern do we have here? We have a bearish reversal pattern. This is on a shooting star. You can see, and now they released the news, and the news was negative for the dollar. You can see why USD/JPY is been bearish since the news got released. You can see that. So that's it for USD/JPY. Don't sell USD/JPY now. This is not the right time to take a sell. This is not the right time to take a sell unless you have entered a sell after the formation of this shooting star. Congratulations if you did. Okay, if you did, congratulations. So by now you should be out of the trade. If you already executed a sell from this point, by now you should be out of the trade. But if you have not executed a sell trade, this is not the right time to take a sell because the risk on this trade will be too high. The risk on this trade will be too high. If you take a trade right now on any of these currency pairs, it will be due to FOMO, fear of missing out. Don't do that. Don't blow your account. Okay. Let's see 1 hour. So there will definitely be a retracement. Just look for your sell or your buy opportunity on USD/JPY. If you see a buy setup, wait for a buy setup before you buy. Okay, wait for a buy setup before you buy. So that's my take on gold. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Which other pair? Let me see what's happening on Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie is buying. Euro Aussie is buying. Let's see GJ. GJ. I'd love to buy GJ, but I'd love to buy GJ. Well, let's see Australian dollar USD. GJ. Australian dollar USD is buying. Australian dollar USD is buying. Let's see 15 minutes. Okay, I believe price will drop. I believe. Also, before you trade USD pairs, ensure that DXY is bullish. Okay, ensure that DXY is bullish. If DXY does not give you a buy setup, don't buy dollar. If DXY does not give you a buy setup, don't buy it. Don't buy it. DXY must give you a buy setup before you take the trade. So guys, I think that will be all for today's session. Any question? Is there that pair you want me to analyze? Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. My course is still available. Okay, you can get my course if you're new to trading or you're an experienced trader who's still struggling in trading. You should get my course today. Last week it was sold for 3,000. This week it's 5,000 naira. If you don't get it this week, next week you might have to pay 10,000 naira to get the course. So if you are struggling, you need someone to mentor you. Then you should get the course. Okay, when you get the course, you have access to my trading strategy. You have access to the Zoom classes, which holds every Friday. Then you also have access to 1 week signal if you get it today. If you get the course today, you have access to my trading strategy. You have access to 1 week free trading signals, and you have access to the Zoom classes. So get it today. Get it today. If you're interested, send me a message on WhatsApp so that I can give you the link to access the course. Okay. Any question? Any question? I think that will be all for this session. Any question? All right. No question from Mr. Ludu. Mr. Joseph, Mr. Amuda, Mr. Victory, Mr. Ebenezer, do you have any question? Do you have any question? For those of you who have purchased the course, we'll be meeting today by 9 p.m. Though I have several appointments later today, but I would create time because we're supposed to meet. The class was scheduled for Wednesday. I wasn't available. Today, I will do my best, irrespective of the several appointments I have later in the evening. I would meet by 10. If we don't meet by 10, by 9, maybe 10, we'll meet today. We'll meet today, even though if it is 30-minute session or 1 hour session. So for those of you who have watched the videos, I believe you have questions. I'll be attending to all your questions during the live session. And I did suggest that, advise that you open a trading account with Oro Market. If you haven't done that, by next week, you will start trading. By next week, for all of you, those of you who have bought the course, by next week, you will start trading. Okay, because that's the only way to know how to trade. It's not by attending classes, it's not by reading books, it's not by watching videos. You have to trade to know how to trade. So by next week, you all should start trading, be it a demo account, a live account. But on demo, you wouldn't trade more than 2 weeks on a demo account. You must go live. You must go live. And I told you the type of account you would open with Oro Market to start live trading. Okay, so that will be all for this session. I wish you all a profitable trading day. Bye for now.